The perfect end to a pretty good week.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it's been a great week for us. And that's football for you. Before the Brentford game, we knew the importance of that game. Massive point in the week, and great to see us return to us at our very best, I think, today.
And you clicked in the final third. That goes without saying, really, today. You've been waiting for that, perhaps, since the first game of the season.
Yeah, I think when you look at us against Aston Villa, it was a similar feel, and then you get what you get today. Never doubted us in the final third. I think we've got some outstanding players. We've had a very tough start to the season in terms of fixtures, but today we were ruthless and kept looking to score, which I think is the key thing. And now we respect Sheffield United and Paul Heckingbottom and the job that he's done here, but we just had to do our thing, and that was to keep pushing, keep looking for goals.
I think the fans will remember this game for a long time, but I think the record books will as well. I think it's equalled your heaviest Premier League, biggest Premier League win, 8 different goal scorers for the first time in a Premier League match. That's quite something, isn't it?
It's great. Yeah, we weren't aware of anything sort of during the game regarding that. It was just a case of, just as I said earlier, just trying to push, trying to get the lads to keep looking to score, to keep that desire, that mentality that we want in every game. And after such a difficult week physically and emotionally, great to see that not affect our performance in any way.
Craig and then Jordan.
It's hard to single out individuals after that, but Anthony Gordon, of course, came on for Harvey Barnes. Just talk about his season as a whole, really. We spoke a lot in America about how he'd come back almost a different player than one we saw in the second half of last season, and today, that was he Newcastle's best?
I think that's probably his best game for us. Thought he was very, very good, very direct. Thought his goal was outstanding. Assisted at least one that I can remember. But just looked a real threat, and he's got so much ability. He's got so much to give, and he's got the attitude to go with it as well. So his desire to improve, I see it every day in training. He's usually one of the last players off the training pitch, and it's great to see him rewarded for that at the start of this season.
And just on Harvey Barnes, how is he?
Yeah, he doesn't look too good. I think he's got a toe problem, so I think he just pushed off and felt something in his toe. So early signs are probably there's an injury there, but we don't know what it is at this moment.
Jordan.
Just players to come on at the end there, Tino Livramento, Lewis Hall, just how important was it to get minutes and their legs ahead of Man City on Wednesday?
Yeah, delighted to get them on. They've, as I said, they've been training well. It was good to rest the players that we were able to rest as well after their physical exertions this week. So I think when you're in that position, it's quite rare in the Premier League that the game's sort of done and you're able to go to the bench and bring on some top quality players, and I'm sure they'll benefit from that run out.
Just on the 4 changes, was that purely because of what happened in midweek against AC Milan?
Yeah, it's just with the game schedule that we have to trust the squad, we have to rotate the squad. I will continue to do it.
Cheers.
Dominic.
An 8-0 away win, not an unfamiliar scoreline to yourself after winning previously at Bournemouth. Just how do these results happen and unfold in games?
I think it's a difficult one to answer, really. I don't know. It's just we want to attack well. We want to, I said many times, we want to entertain. We want to be good value when people come to see us play. One of our fundamental beliefs is that we're always looking to score. And yeah, with top quality players it can happen, but very rarely, I'd say, very rarely. So that's why we'll enjoy it tonight and then quickly forget about it.
And with Joe Linton out injured, Harvey Barnes as well, is Anthony Gordon being a booking away from suspension an area for concern for you moving forward?
Of course it's a concern, yeah. Injuries in one position will hurt us this year. We've been missing 2 midfielders, and that's been a concern for us, so losing Harvey won't be something we'll take lightly. The suspensions, I think that's something we're going to have to live with to a degree with the new rules that are coming in. Anthony's bookings, I think a couple of them have been very harsh, but it's a territory in, and that's why we've got the squad that we have, and hopefully we can cover anyone's absence.
With the England squad coming up, I know it's not your decision to make, but is Anthony Gordon a player who's played himself into consideration potentially?
I'm sure Gareth's aware of him. I'm sure he's been aware of him for a long time. I think all Anthony can do is just keep performing like he has, keep his mentality as strong as it's been. As I say, he's been a joy to work with, and he's reaping the benefits.
We'll go Martin, then Dominant front row. Martin.
Hi Eddie, just a word on Kieran Trippier, who was outstanding at the San Siro, has got a hat-trick of assists today and just seems to set the tone at the football club. Will he be one of your greatest signings, do you think?
Yes, I think so. Twice. Delighted to have been able to sign a player of his quality twice in my career. Very early on when I signed him at Burnley, it was like his delivery, his crossing ability is the best I've seen, I think. Whether that's a static ball from a set play like today or a moving ball like his assist for Callum. But you're right, he does set the tone. His mentality to his work is excellent. His desire to win never stops. That's why he's led the team so well.
And what was the reaction in the dressing room after the game from the players?
Natural happiness. Very happy for Sven, actually. It was great to see everyone very pleased for him to get his first goal. He's been waiting a long time. He's been working hard to try and score. And he's a very popular member of the dressing room. So some nice scenes. But we know this season, and there's no rest for us. We're back to work very quickly in preparation for our next game.
And last one. Elliot Anderson appeared to be hit by a bottle when Sven scored in the celebrations. Were you aware of that, or does the club have any comment on that?
Elliot's not spoke to me, but I did see things being thrown from the stand, which isn't what we want to see. And my thought initially was just for the welfare of the players. Hopefully everyone's come through okay.
Dominic Shaw.
Hi Eddie.
Hi.
Just on Kieran, with his experience, how important was he in guiding the players through last week and everything that surrounds a game like that?
Yeah, certainly he's not the only one. We have a few players with Champions League experience, but I think that experience was vital for us. Kieran has a way of leading and expressing his experiences in a really positive way for the rest of the group. Together with Sven and Bruno, players that experience the Champions League, I think preferably you have a few players that have been through it before. It can help the other players. But Kieran led by example on the pitch, which I think is always the most important thing. His performance in Milan was top draw, and he's so important for us.
You mentioned Bruno there. There's been suggestions that the contract is close. Is there anything you can say on that?
Everything's going on away from me. I'm just focusing on the football, so I've got no idea.
Thank you.
Just the front row of the microphone.
Hi, Eddie. Lewis Hall made his debut today. Is he a player we can expect to see more of, and how is he settling in?
Settling in well. Very pleased with him. Whether we see more of him, that's going to be down to Lewis and how he trains and how he performs when he gets his opportunity. Certainly hope so. He's a player of real talent, and we believe in him. But we have a strong squad as well, so he's got to fight for his place.
I mean, just one more thing. There's lots of competition in that left-back role, obviously. Are we more likely to see him playing higher up on the left wing like he was today?
No, he wasn't really as a winger today. We changed system and went to more of a wing-back system. I don't necessarily see him as a winger, but he is versatile. He can play in midfield as well. But I think left-back would be his best position.
Just the gentleman to your right. Thank you.
Eddie, do you have some sympathy for Paul and Sheffield United? It's going to be a difficult season for them, and you've been there before. It's not easy down there at the bottom end, is it? So do you have some sympathy for Paul and the players after that today?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a very difficult game. The highs and lows that it brings. So the high of promotion for them last season, what a magnificent job he and his players did. To get promotion from the Championship is so difficult. Deserves a huge amount of credit for doing it. And then you come into the Premier League and the demands that brings. It's so intense. The competition's so high. But we knew today from watching them in the build-up, they're a very good team, very difficult to play against. That we had a good day. I certainly feel for them tonight. I've been on the end of a few myself, and I know how painful it can be.
They've only lost by 1 goal so far this season, so did that take you by surprise, the scoreline?
Well, I think that anything can happen in any game. It's Premier League football. It's so unpredictable. It's so difficult to call. We were very aware of their record, that they'd been in every game. I mean, they were so close to beating Tottenham last week away from home in what was a really good display until the last seconds of the game. So that's how brutal football can be. But I know they'll bounce back from this. I'm sure they'll have a strong season.
Kieran.
You spoke earlier about how the players didn't stop at 1 or 2 or 3. Could you just talk a little bit about that? What struck you about that mentality?
Well, I think trying to always improve and learn lessons from previous games. We want that relentless mindset where we're always chasing something. The game's never done. The games are never over. We've got to keep our standards very high, and for me, football's about scoring goals and trying to score goals and having the intent to do it. So that's something we've tried to instill in the players.
Since this is only the start, and it almost has to only be the start in a way.
Well, you hope so. You hope this ignites something in us and we see us try to repeat this, not the scoreline, but the performance on a regular basis. That's our wish and our aim. But as I say, the Premier League's very difficult.
Many people wondered how you'd cope with Europe, the Premier League, those games come in quick succession. Do you feel this is something you can cope with going forward?
I'm not going to get ahead of myself. 1 week, 3-game week, a great start for us, attacking sort of European competition and dealing with the demands of that back into the Premier League. But that's all it is. There's a long way to go.